We're here at the Baltimore Open Series during the Legacy Open. I'm here with artist Noah Bradley. Noah, relatively recent as far as Magic goes, but you've been doing a lot of fantasy illustrating in other games and dating back for a while. So, how'd you get started doing fantasy gaming art?
Actually, back in school I started. I was one of the lucky few that while I was still in school, I managed to get freelance jobs. And I started out with little jobs for Fantasy Flight, little like Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, that sort of stuff. And about a year and a half ago, I started doing D&D work. And after 6 months of that, the art director for Magic, of course they're in the same office, they start to steal the D&D artist. And so about 6 months after doing D&D, he started to notice my work. I got in contact with him, and then I started doing all the Magic work. He actually, the first assignment, gave me 5 basic lands, which was a beast of an assignment, because usually on the first assignment for Magic, they'll give you maybe 1 or 2 cards.
Sure.
Because they're a little terrified that you're going to screw it up. So they give you that, 1 or 2 cards, but I got 5 somehow. I guess he liked them, and I've been working for him ever since.
Nice. You think maybe just because you've been actually, like, the connections you've made in the industry up to that point, probably?
It certainly didn't hurt.
A level of trust.
Yeah, and also the fact that I do lands, which is somewhat of a niche within the industry.
Sure.
There's only a few of us that do it, so it's kind of nice having that niche to, give me a little bit more work.
I know you've got a bunch of playmats over at your booth, and we have one here, which is not a Magic land, but it's a sort of landish thing from L5R.
Yes.
The Stronghold.
Which I have done all of their strongholds.
All of their strongholds.
Yeah, that was a scary assignment. The guy emailed me and said, how do you feel about doing 36 cards? Which is terrifying for an artist because it takes a lot of time.
I don't know a whole ton about the L5R game or its players, but like, are the strongholds like a big thing for them? Or?
They're a very big thing. They are excessively loyal fans to their plans and whatnot, so they go after that stuff like crazy.
Nice. So, well, we have a few of your Magic cards here. You're selling these as proofs. These are your N13 lands. Are these the first lands you did?
Yep, those are the first paintings I did for them.
We have only 3, I guess. We've been selling.
They've only printed 3 of them.
Oh.
They have not printed the other 2.
All right. Well, we've got a mountain and a swamp coming then.
Yeah, in theory. Maybe. or it's on the slush pile forever. We'll see if I ever get to show them.
That's very fair.
I promise the swamp at least is very gorgeous.
I think you have the original for at least one of these here,
Yes, I have
right?
the original for the forest and for the island.
Sure, those are on display at the booth. The cards you have in here, you've got Izzet Guildgate, Mizzium Mortars, Spelltwine, Giant Growth, Transmute Permanent. Giant Growth, one of my favorite limited cards. Mizzium Mortars seeing some play in the format as well.
Lots of play. I have signed hundreds of Mizzium Mortars. One guy had 18 of them. I was
well, he's stocked at least, right?
He's thoroughly stocked.
You say you fancy yourself kind of a land artist, and that's like what you do a lot of. What draws you to wanting to do landscape?
A few years back, I started doing a lot of the traditional landscape painting, going outside and painting, and I realized I really, really love it. But I also really love fantasy art. I've always been a sucker for fantasy art, fantasy games. And I've always loved the fantasy games that had really cool worlds. So being able to be that guy who can create those cool worlds is just kind of a dream come true for me.
Nice, very nice. I know you've got originals, obviously. You say you paint. What are your favorite mediums to work with?
Definitely oils, if I have the time. I often do not have the time, so a lot of it is digital. But, in an ideal world, I would be doing oils every day.
Okay, fair enough. I guess we'll kick it off with a last minute tip. You got lucky with getting those freelance contracts in school. To someone out there who would like to one day work in illustrating Magic or other fantasy games, like any last minute advice or one tip? One tip.
Work really hard, be really persistent, and try to get lucky.
Persistence and luck, those two definitely come together in this
help.
industry.
They really help.
All right, well, thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you very much.